there, welcome back to Beer in Canada. I'm Chris.
And I'm Sean.
And we're going to do another beer review for you. And today, we're going to do one more pumpkin beer review. And we're going to do the legendary Southern Tier Pumking. Sorry, His Majesty the Imperial Pumking. So, this I've heard about for a couple of years anyway, for sure. And this is made from, this is an imperial beer, so I mean we're talking about extra malts and everything to make this a higher alcohol beer. Now according to this label, something about a little confusing about the Pumking is that the American bottles list this as a 9% ABV beer, whereas the Canadian bottle this year lists this as a 7.9% beer. Now the funny thing is when I called in to ask for some images from Southern Tier, and I asked about the difference in alcohol level, the gentleman I spoke to really had no idea what I was talking about. Which strikes me wondering whether this is actually
a misprint,
like an error on the bottle.
Maybe it's supposed to be 9.7.
But the LCBO doesn't usually let such things go through, but in this case, I don't know. So, the Imperial Pumking, flavored extra strong beer made with, well, the usual ingredients as well as pureed pumpkin. But I'll read from the back very quickly here. Pumking is an ode to, you know what, you're going to have to forgive me because I have no idea how to pronounce this, but Puka. Puka? Creature of Celtic folklore?
Puka.
Puka?
Probably.
Pumking is an ode to Puka, a creature of Celtic folklore who is both feared and respected by those who believe in it. Puka is said to waylay travelers throughout the night by tossing them on its back and providing them the ride of their lives. It is a journey from which everyone returns forever changed. Bewitched and brewed with pagan spirit. Brewed in the spirit of All Hallows Eve, a time of year when spirits can make contact with the physical world and when magic is most potent. Pour Pumking into a goblet, or missing goblets, but whatever, and allow its alluring spirit to overflow. As spicy aromas present themselves, let its deep copper color entrance you as your journey into this mystical brew has just begun. As the first drops touch your tongue, a magical spell will bewitch your taste buds, making it difficult to escape the Pumking. This beer is brewed with pagan spirit, yet should be enjoyed responsibly. In the tradition of pagan spirits, I suppose. Let's open this up. So I'm going to set my bottle down. Okay, or you can open it, and then you grab your... I was going to set my bottle down, my glass down. And we now have Pumking! Alright. Give it a healthy pour and don't overflow. Keep going, keep going. Alright, thank you, sir. Grab your glass. Now immediately, and then step back a little bit this way. Now immediately on pouring it, we have what appears to be a yellowish, a light yellow, a straw yellow almost color, with a foamy white head. Again, we're talking like about a finger and a half's worth of head right on that, maybe even 2 fingers.
Yes.
Not a lot of carbonation streaming up off the bottom, really. There's just a few bubbles here and there, but it looks fairly still.
Yeah.
But you can see, I think there's going to be a good amount of lacing on this beer along the side. You can already see the foaminess kind of clinging to the side of the glass.
From just the scent of it, it smells like a sweeter beer. It reminds me a little bit of pumpkin pie.
Some serious pumpkin in there, actually.
It reminds me a little bit of the pumpkin pie scent.
A little bit, yeah.
So it's not going to be a dry pumpkin, I don't think.
That's some serious pumpkin. That's actually probably there's not much else in the aromas except pumpkin.
Very strong pumpkin, but it's a sweeter smell, and pumpkin's not necessarily sweet.
Yeah, I kind of get a little bit of the pumpkin pie.
Well, only one way to find out.
Could be a great way to have this. Cheers.
Mmm.
Mmm. Oh, pumpkin pie in a glass.
They're very similar.
With 7.9% alcohol.
It's very tasty.
Oh, wow, that's delicious.
Yes, it's actually very tasty. It's sweet.
The spices actually are fairly subtle, but they're there almost like a a vanilla flavor, kind of, especially the swallow. It lingers in there a little bit.
Yeah.
But a lot of pumpkin on the tongue.
I think there's also quite a bit of cinnamon, like a cinnamon style that I can taste at the back of my throat.
Yeah.
It's very tasty, but again, it's very strong as well. It's not for, if you don't like stronger alcohol content beers, it does have the alcohol flavor, but it's muted due to the pumpkin.
That's kind of medium bodied. It's not really too, it's not watery at all, but it's not really viscous and thick either.
No.
But it's, praise the pagan spirit, that's a beautiful beer.
Very nice. It's not as strong as what I thought it would be either. I thought...
Yeah, I mean, are you getting much alcohol burn or even alcohol warmth?
I get the taste at the back of my throat very briefly, and that's
There's
about it.
There's a nice sweetness just on the front of the tongue. I think I taste a little bit maybe of cloves in there somewhere as well.
Yeah, it almost like a nutmeggy taste at times.
Yeah, I think kind of a little bit, and pretty much all the spices I think you kind of expect from a pumpkin pie are in there.
Yes.
But they're not overpowering, and there's no one spice that jumps out at you at any given time more than another one, whereas some of the other pumpkin beers that we've been sampling this year, there's one thing in particular that jumps out at you. You know, in this case though, it seems very well balanced between the pumpkin and the spices. Now in terms of malt and hoppiness or even
Not
bitterness,
really.
I am getting some bitterness.
I get that a little bit too.
Especially in the swallow.
Yes. But it's not as strong as what I thought it would be for that bitter after flavor.
Oh, the flavors just linger.
Yes. I can still taste the pumpkin. Even if you don't have anything in your mouth, you can still taste some of the spices at the back of your tongue.
Well, I've been pretty across the board with our pumpkin reviews. They've all been giving them all 4 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 4 out of 5. But this one,
5 out of 5?
This is a 5 out of 5 beer. This is a beautiful beer. But no, seriously, go buy this beer. This is a brilliant beer. I am very saddened that this will soon not be available anymore. We're going to have to wait till next year before we get any more.
Yeah, I guess it's time for stock-up time.
I agree. Let's go hit the LCBO. So, the Southern Tier, thank you very much.
Thank
That's
you.
a beautiful beer. Cheers.
Cheers.